You remember that tornado in Abilene that knocked over the movie theater, and you had to pick up Danielle from that dance and race the train and everything? And Huckleberry, you want to tell that story?
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's going to be kind of. We were at a dance, a high school dance, I think.
Yeah.
And
You had maybe just dropped us off at the dance when the sirens went off.
because I was still there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And the tornado sirens went off.
Yeah.
Well, a tornado in Kansas is a lot different from a hurricane because you know it's coming for days. So there, you need to get moving now. So Danelle was standing there waiting for her mom. And everybody else was gone. So I thought, I can't leave her alone. There's no way her mom would. So I said, come on. And so we took her and we went running. I drove her to the, unfortunately no trains were going through. That was the airport house.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So we got there and my sister Nancy was there with her friend, whatever her name was.
I thought you had to race the train to get. Do you remember seeing the funnel cloud
Yeah.
over there on the way home? Okay, and Aunt Nancy was there at the house? Okay, maybe racing the train was a different time.
This wasn't the train.
Okay, there was no train. It was just we saw that funnel cloud. We got there, Aunt Nancy was there.
We came in, and Nancy and her friend Yvonne
Yeah.
were just sitting there.
They were just
watching
sitting there.
television.
I remember.
And
Yeah, I
said,
remember that
"Nancy,
part.
We got to get down there now."
Yeah.
She said, well, what do you mean? I said, you remember tornadoes. You got to get in the basement now. And Huckleberry didn't want to go. And that's when he got scared from that point on. I think you picked Huckleberry up and carried him down. The other two, Sugar and Victoria, went on down.
Yeah.
And we stayed in the basement. That's where I had old records and stuff like that, boxes stored there. Huckleberry just trembled because you could feel the rumbling up there.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard things hitting the house. Then it went by. So then we came up. I called Danelle's mom, and she was just frantic because she got there not long after we did. And no Danelle.
Danielle.
Danielle.
Danielle. Yep.
Danielle. So
She was a teacher at the school or she knew Mom somehow. They were both teachers, right? Yeah.
and so we was Mom
And
there?
cell phones weren't really a big thing back then, so I think it was hard to get a hold of her.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, she came over and picked up Danelle.
Yeah.
That's when we noticed that
The
our
trampoline.
was gone.
That's okay.
It was just gone. I mean, it was out there in that big area with no trampoline. Oh, crap. Well, I think I said something else. So I got in the truck and I went around and there it was. But the house was here. The driveway was like here. And I went out this way, and it was about a half a mile
Wow.
down the road. And it was all tangled up. The carpet part, the plastic part was just all torn to shreds.
Wow.
The middle, about that big around, was bent and everything. All we were able to salvage was a bunch of the springs.
Yeah.
So I don't think our insurance covered that thing, but we ended up buying another trampoline. And I kept those springs for spare ones.
Yeah.
But
I remember when we had to go up and down the road, we had to pick up those springs in the farmers' fields to get them out of their fields. I remember that.
well, there was another time right there at that house that this guy came up to the house and he stopped and he had a shotgun. And he got out and he said, there's a rabid fox around, so please stay in the house.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay, so together we were out there shooting basketball today. So we went inside. Boom, we were chopping. We came out and carrying a bag. That's something left.
Wow. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time I
Do
backed
you
your truck
recall
up
that?
and knocked your mirror off of your truck?
Yeah.
That was like one of the only times I ever tried to drive your truck. Was I crying? Did I cry? You were nice about it. I told Lydia about that, and I
Do
said,
you
Pop never
remember-
got mad at me for an accident.
Do you remember when we built that garage?
Oh, yeah, that was another one we were going to ask you about. Yeah, when...
Well, when we bought the house, it had like, I want to say 5 or 6 acres. And this here we had fenced off for the dogs. There was a dog door. They could come out on the porch, go in there and race around there.
Yeah.
And then there was a kind of like a carport but bigger. And it was like for tractors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there was a silo, and we had a little field.
I remember that.
Planted corn. And we tried to keep the deer out of it, but I don't think we ever got any corn. They got, and you know, I couldn't do anything about that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Be a little cautious now.
I think I said, oh, farmer I knew owned the field around us.
Yeah.
And I would help him because I wasn't working at all, but we were just living off of what Ginger made and what from the truck. Although she tried to get me to work at my bankers, I hadn't started working in the